All eyes are watching, and we've got to go out there and perform and prove what we can do. Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Arsenal against Liverpool. We are finally back in action after a 2-week break because of international football. Oh my word, it's so difficult when you have to watch England try and play football. But listen, it's a big game. Arsenal-Liverpool. I believe this is the fixture with the most goals in Premier League history. So that tells a tale on its own, and some huge games. You know, 2 of the 3 biggest sides in English history. It's a huge game. Now, what's really strange about this game is the fact that if you would have said to me at the start of the season, or any Arsenal fan at the start of the season, we go into April and we will be 4 points behind Liverpool, every single Arsenal fan would have said, we're in a title race then. We are 100% trying to win the league. Yeah. I don't think any of us would have sat there and said, going into April, 4 points behind Liverpool would have meant Liverpool in 7th and Arsenal in 9th. Absolutely staggering. And it's one of the worst title defences in the Premier League by Liverpool. Not the worst, but one of the worst. And they've just had a wretched time. Injuries have been such a problem for them. Ironically, as Arsenal send them their medical team, we actually get better with the injuries and Liverpool get worse. Maybe that's just a bit of a coincidence, but it's an issue that we've always had at Arsenal, and for the first time in a very long time, we are nearly injury-free. I say nearly, we were, but there's a few knocks now and a few doubts, but it isn't bad in comparison to, you know, what Liverpool's is, and losing the likes of Virgil van Dijk. That's a big blow, and any team would struggle. But it's a bit of a weird game because you look at Liverpool's recent performances and you'd probably say you'd rather the game at Anfield. Staggering. I don't think you would normally ever say that, but they've been absolutely horrendous at Anfield, especially of late. I think they lost 6 in a row or something like that. But it's been a bit of a weird season for Liverpool because, like I said, in the Premier League they've just been really poor, and they're where they are for a reason. But in the Champions League they've looked decent. And, you know, last time out against Leipzig, very good. They've now got Real Madrid on Tuesday night. And I'm wondering whether that game will actually be a benefit to Arsenal. Because with this game being on Saturday and with them having to play Real Madrid on Tuesday, do they look at it and say, we're going to rest a couple of players? Do they have the players to rest? That's the main thing. You know, and despite the problems, midfield, defence, what they do have is a very dangerous attack line. Mane, Mo Salah, and yes, there is Firmino, but I'm not going to include him as being the main danger man. I'm going to put Jota in there because he's been absolutely brilliant and recently come back from an injury, and he's just carried on his form he had before he got injured, scoring goals, and even on the international, you know, break that's just recently happened, doing the same thing. So they've got dangerous players, and we're going to have to be careful, and we're really going to have to, you know, play to our maximum. If we play anything like we did in those opening 20-30 minutes against West Ham, Liverpool will batter us. If we play anything like we did in the final 60 minutes of the game against West Ham, then we can beat Liverpool. And our record over Liverpool of late is decent. I know we lost at Anfield this season, but last time at the Emirates, last season, we beat Liverpool. So it's going to be so interesting. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to being, you know, back in and amongst things and at watch-alongs, and just, it's been a long 4 months, man. But yeah, it's going to be so interesting. Team lineup is going to be crucial. I've seen the latest news and who's out. David Luiz is out. Picked up a knee injury, and that's obviously in training because he hasn't been anywhere for internationals or whatnot. That's a blow for me. There's some question marks over Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe, and they will be assessed. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much it. So with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup. Starting off in goal, Leno. Very straightforward, very easy decision to make. In defence, first of all, on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Cedric. And I know Callum Chambers had a decent game against West Ham. Very good game, actually. Not even decent. But for this, Cedric will come in for me. I think that we're much better with Cedric in the side. And you only have to look at our, percentages and win rate and conversion of chances created and everything else with him playing in comparison to Hector. So for me, I'm going to, go with Cedric. Right centre-back, I'm going to bring in Rob Holding. And fallen down the pecking order of late, but I do feel that Mikel Arteta likes that balance. Right centre-back, left centre-back. So that's why I don't think he's going to go with a Gabriel and a Mari. It would be Rob Holding. That's what I think anyway. Left centre-back, Gabriel. And he should be, ready and fired up for this game. It's the kind of game that we bought him for. And he's very physical, very strong, quick. And I think that he'll do absolutely fine. Left back, Kieran Tierney. Do I need to say any more? Did you see him for the internationals for Scotland? Oh my word. And there will be this debate again. Robertson, Tierney. For me, I'm happy with Tierney. I wouldn't swap him for anyone. Not for Robertson, nobody. I am so happy with him. And I think he's had a better season. I don't think Robertson's had a bad season. I think he's had a good season. But for me, and as an Arsenal fan, and I see Tierney week in, week out, that's my preference. Kieran Tierney. Now, in the midfield, first of all, Thomas Partey. Starting to get those 90 minutes under his belt. Starting to see those little bits and pieces of what he's about. I still feel next season's going to be the real big one for him, where you'll really get to see the full Thomas Partey. But we're now starting to slowly see the signs, and he's getting a rhythm and getting an understanding. And these are the kind of games that we need him to be big in. He will know all about playing Liverpool. He was playing for Atletico Madrid when they knocked him out of the Champions League, and he was an absolute monster in the middle of the park at Anfield. No issues, no doubt, absolutely no problems at all. Thomas Partey. Alongside him, Granit Xhaka. Now, this is one player there is a slight question mark over because he was ill the last couple of days, and Arsenal are going to assess him obviously on the morning of the game, and I'm going by if he's available. I think he's key to play alongside Thomas Partey. If he is and he's fine, he plays. If he ain't, I think it will be Mohamed El Neni. But I'm going by if he's available, and I'm going with Granit Xhaka. Now, the attacking three, this is where we've got some selection headaches, I suppose, and maybe ifs and buts or whatever it might be. I wouldn't risk Saka for the game. I don't think he's 100% ready. He's back in training, but only just. I'd look more to the game on Thursday in the Europa League. So for this one on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Pepe. Even when he went off for Ivory Coast to the internationals, very, very good. And he has been of late. He's been brilliant. And I wouldn't have any hesitation to put him in the side at all. In the number 10, Martin Ødegaard. And we all got that scare a week ago when he went over on his ankle, and we were like, oh no, please don't do this to us. But he's fine, and he's going to be key to unlocking Liverpool's door, and that's what I'm going to go with, Martin Ødegaard. On the left-hand side, now, I was having a debate with Robbie on this on the podcast, and he mentioned something, and I sat there and I thought to myself, you know what? The more I think about it, I would kind of look at it. I would like to see Martinelli start on that left-hand side. Just let him loose. Let him run at Liverpool. Let him run at Trent Alexander-Arnold and whatever the Liverpool players are, and just let him loose, man. Let him push him back the other way. Let him press. Let him harry. Let him be a pain. And that's what I would go with. And I was initially thinking Aubameyang, but you know what? No, I'd go with Martinelli. Up front, main striker, Alexandre Lacazette. Very, very straightforward. And I know it seems a little bit inconceivable that you take Aubameyang out for a game against Liverpool, but I feel if Martinelli goes on the left, then yeah, because Lacazette deserves to start up front for me, especially based on his last performance, and he will be fit and fresh. He hasn't been away with France. So for me, that's what I would go with. So there we go. That is the preview and the predicted lineup. Big game, as I said, and a chance to go 1 point behind Liverpool, and we can only go about our business and see where it gets us at the end of the season. Of course, like I said, I'm going to be back for the watch-alongs and everything else, so I can't wait for that. You know, I've got a new screen protector for my phone just in case I dash it across the room. But listen, it's what we love doing. It's Arsenal, and I can't wait. Hopefully we pick up the 3 points, but we will wait and see. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.